C.S. Lewis wrote that to love at all is to be vulnerable. And in Christ's story, both at his birth and at his death, we see that truth of the deep relationship between love and the ultimate vulnerability. Brené Brown, a more recent researcher into the power of vulnerability, says that if we want greater clarity in our purpose or deeper and more meaningful spiritual lives, vulnerability is the path. The visualization that I'm going to share with you now asks us to spend time with our own vulnerability, letting God into those parts of us that often we feel tempted to hide from God, from others, and sometimes even from ourselves. It's adapted from a psychosynthesis meditation, which invites us to create a mental image of this part of who we are, which could be an image of ourselves as children, or something very different that symbolizes all the experiences and emotions that are bound up in our vulnerability. Equally, don't worry if an image doesn't easily come. Perhaps for you, it might be more about a sense of who this part is. And then we will be invited to engage with it and with God's love and acceptance for that part of us. Make yourself comfortable, whether that be sitting or lying. And when you're settled, just take a few deep breaths as you relax into this meditation. If it feels comfortable, you might want to close your eyes. As we begin to lightly hold that idea of our own vulnerability, notice how your body responds, bringing awareness to any sensations or places of numbness you become aware of. Notice if they feel guarded or armored, and gently breathe into these places of tension and discomfort, offering them compassion. Know that if anything feels overwhelming, you can bring your attention back to that flow of breath as you offer to the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort anything that feels too difficult to carry. You may notice thoughts that move gently across your consciousness. Simply observe their passage and then let them go, sure that they will be ready to return to at a later date. Sinking deeper, observe your feelings as they move to the surface, seeking validation. Again, simply observe them with no judgment as they move through your being. When you're ready, gradually allow your attention to drop deeper into you, bringing awareness of what lies beneath, those vulnerable parts that fear exposure and yet yearn to be seen, to be known and valued. We invite God to illuminate this part of us with His light, for these innermost parts have always been known and precious to Him. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my thoughts. As you sit with this vulnerable part of yourself, allow an image to emerge in your mind's eye that represents it. Don't force it, just let it come. Maybe a woman, a man, an object or a monster, or yourself in disguise. It could be anything in the universe. No need to consciously try to find an image. Just let it emerge spontaneously, as if you were watching a screen, not knowing what will shortly appear on it. Once the image has appeared, give it a chance to reveal itself to you, without any interference or judging on your part. If it changes as you view it, just let it and notice any other aspects this part of you may wish to show you. And as you sit with it, allow yourself to get in touch with the feeling that flows from it. and you feel the image is clear in your mind's eye, you may wish to ask God what this part of you needs in this moment. Is there anything it needs to hear? And is there anything it thinks you need to hear? O Lord, you have searched me and known me. Where can I go from your spirit? Or where can I flee from your presence? If I take the wings of the morning and settle at the farthest limits of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, and the light around me become night, even the darkness is not dark to you. As we give that part of us its place in God's light, I invite you, if it feels right, to place a hand upon your heart, the other upon your stomach, and feel the flow of God's love moving into these hidden places, cradling them.